Hi, my name is Olivia. I've landed just in time to catch another segment of Daily AI Prompts for Job Seekers with William Craig III. Today, Mr. Craig will be demonstrating another powerful prompt to help us use AI effectively in our job search. I can't wait to see what he's going to share with us. And the best part is, I can watch the replay on his LinkedIn profile or his YouTube channel at Get Up and Get a Job. Okay, fasten your seatbelts. Mr. Craig is about to take off.
All right. Thanks so much, Olivia. And welcome back to those of you who have been following the series, either in person or by watching the replays. And a warm welcome if this is your first time joining. This is Daily AI Prompts for Job Seekers. And I'm William Craig III, an AI business and career strategist. Now, today's segment is about how to turn your boring star answer into a story they'll never forget. Look, if you're new to the series, I have a clear mission to help you move beyond overwhelm and into action. Look, the fact is, people who randomly put out resources with hundreds of AI prompts are well meaning, but sometimes too many prompts can actually be paralyzing. So, Daily AI Prompts for Job Seekers is focused on giving you just one powerful, practical prompt each and every day. Now, no matter how long you've been unemployed, underemployed, or maybe you're just unhappily employed, my goal is to help you run your job search like a well organized job campaign, one with clarity, confidence, and strategy using AI as your job campaign manager. Oh my. And by the way, if you have missed any of the segments, feel free to visit my LinkedIn profile. There you can watch the replays. Or better still, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Yeah, it's called Get Up and Get a Job. That's right. Just type in Get Up and Get a Job in YouTube. Click on the subscribe bell, and you'll be notified every time I go live or share a video that I believe will be of help to you. So we're going to get our party started. And let's see here. It looks like we got a couple of comments that have popped in. Let's see here. John Werner. Hey there, John. Glad you're with me as always. Hi, William and everyone. I hope everyone had a great weekend. Happy March. Yes, welcome to March, a month that bridges the ending of one season and the beginning of another. I pray we all get an interview or an offer this week. It is my prayer as well. John, thank you so much. Let's see who else do we have in the house that's willing to make themselves known. Dawn Lewis. Hey, Dawn. Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Monday. Happy Monday to you. Thanks for being here, Dawn. And then we have Shelly. Good afternoon, all. Hey, Shelly. Thanks for joining us today. Appreciate it. All righty. So let's see. Let's talk about the star story, the star. Now, some people use car, some people use PAR, PAR, and I've always taught STAR, STAR, situation, task, action, and results. And these are used strategically to answer specifically those behavioral interview questions. Things like, can you tell me about a time when you worked with a cantankerous colleague? Tell me about a time when you worked with a difficult customer. Tell me about a time where you disagreed with a company policy and how you handled it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And so these can really be powerful if you do them correctly. I always tell my clients, a little acting can go a long way. Okay. A little acting can go a long way. And I know some of you are shy and introverted and you don't want to feel like you're going over the top. But let me just tell you, that interview is your opportunity to have them see who you are and help them to hear your heart about why you versus all the other people that they're going to be interviewing. And so the star story can really come in handy. And there's something else about the star story is that it is convertible. What I mean by that, it's convertible because you can have one star story that can be used for multiple questions. Oh my, yes, you can take one question, one star story answer one question, or you might say, no, I'm going to use another story to answer that question. I'll save this one for another question. And sometimes it's not even in an answer to a question so much a behavioral question as someone might ask you, an interviewer might ask you something, and you can take this a star story that maybe you haven't used. Maybe you get to the end of the interview and they say, is there anything else you'd like to add? And you can say, well, in talking to you today, and of course you talk about your excitement, appreciation for the time, etc. But in speaking with you today, I it really reminds me of a situation where and then you go into your star story to bring it to a close. All right. But we're not doing mock interviews today. Let's look at our prompt for today. And I made it super large, so I'm going to have to scroll. And it says, based on your expert ability to use NLP, neuro linguistic programming, we've talked about this in the past, and your expertise in coaching job candidates, use Mary's resume. And for those of you who have just joined us, Mary is our fictitious job candidate. Chat knows all about her. Use Mary's resume to create a high impact, emotionally compelling star format answer for the question, tell me about a time you solved a tough problem. It should be so powerful that the interviewer will still be thinking about Mary hours after she leaves the room. How's that for a prompt, huh? Well, let's see what chat comes up with for us today. And it's thinking, and there we have an answer already. Absolutely. Here is a high impact, emotionally resonant star format response crafted specifically for Mary's ARAP background, collections success, reconciliation expertise, and reputation for calm leadership under pressure. This is designed to create a lasting emotional imprint. So here we go. Tell me about a time you solved a tough problem. Absolutely. One situation immediately comes to mind. At one point, I was responsible for managing aging reports exceeding $70 million while collecting approximately 17 million annually in accounts receivable. We discovered a growing issue. Unidentified and misapplied payments were stacking up. Cash flow visibility was declining, and leadership was concerned about potential write-offs. This wasn't just a spreadsheet problem. It was a trust and credibility issue with both internal leadership and external clients. So here we clearly have stated the situation. Oh, my camera's following me. All right, let's see. There we go. Task. All right. I needed to quickly stabilize cash flow reporting, reduce unidentified payments, and restore confidence without disrupting daily operations. First, I paused reactive collection efforts and performed a deep analysis of payment application patterns, remittance trends, and client behaviors. I built a categorized tracking system in Excel to isolate root causes, whether they were timing issues, missing remittance data, or system gaps. Then I proactively contacted key clients, not just to collect, but to collaborate. I shifted the conversation from you owe us to let's solve this together. That subtle shift completely changed the tone. Internally, I worked cross-functionally with billing and IT to tighten reconciliation workflows and establish clearer documentation standards. Within a short period, I reduced unidentified payments by 80%, significantly improved cash application accuracy, and strengthened client relationships. More importantly, leadership regained confidence in reporting integrity and forecasting stability. But what I'm most proud of is this. We didn't just fix numbers, we fixed systems. We strengthened trust, and we built a process that prevented the problem from repeating itself. That experience reinforced something I strongly believe. Tough problems usually aren't just technical, they're relational and structural. Structural. When you address all three, you don't just solve the issue, you elevate the organization. Wow. Why this works. First, you got that quantified data in there, uses measurable impact, the 17 million, the 70 million, the 80%, demonstrates strategic thinking and emotional intelligence. Oh my gosh, if you haven't taken an EQ class, please, please, please do so. Shows leadership without needing the title, highlights collaboration, systems thinking, and prevention, and leaves the interviewer with a clear narrative arc. Shows where we started, the height of what happened, and where we ended up. Now, if you'd like, I can now create, here's chat, a shorter 60-second version, a slightly more conversational version, or a version tailored to an ARAP manager or project manager role. Because why? Mary is not just experienced, she's steady under pressure. And this answer makes that unforgettable. Okay, look, and some of you are going to like what it gave us, and you're going to plug this in so that you can get the same thing. Some of you are going to want a shorter, say 60-second version. And I didn't time it. I don't know how long it was, but quite honestly, it could be right around 60 to 90 seconds. Or you might want a more conversational version or a version tailored to a specific job title. Either way, this takes that, shall I say, boring star story and turns it into an answer that will really make you stand out. And that's what we want to do. We want to help you get hired by making your outstanding stand out. So let's get this link posted in the comment section for you. And I want you to try this. I want you to try it on for size, as they used to say. Many, 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 many moons ago, I sold shoes. And we want you to try it on for size. Oh, let's see here. Daniel Velez joined us. Hey, Daniel. Hello, William and team. I'm eagerly looking forward to today's session and the arrival of spring. I bet you are. With all the snow you guys have gotten in New York this winter, spring can't come fast enough. And it is beautiful in New York in the springtime. So again, the idea here is understand this. A lot of people are using the car, the par, or the star, right? But what has to happen is you've got to use whatever you're going to use. You've got to make it stand out. And it can't just be, well, it reminds me of a situation where I was responsible for X, Y, and Z. And then I determined what had to happen next was, and then the action I took was, and fortunately the result. No, you've got to put your heart into this and talk about exactly what you did. And I know for some of you, it's hard for you to talk about yourselves. You feel like you're boasting or bragging. And many of you came up during a time where you let other people say great things about you. You let other people talk about your wins. You let other people call you the hero. But we're not living in those times anymore, okay? We're living in times where you've got to toot your own horn, or as my mom would say, it's a poor dog that won't wag his own tail. So you got to go in there and wag your own tail, okay? Tell them how happy you are to see them. It's kind of like when your favorite furry friend comes in and they show you that they're excited, okay? You got to do the same thing. All righty, so I hope this has been helpful. Bottom line is star stories, as I say, can be powerful if used correctly. And you can take this same prompt, and instead of solving a tough problem, you can take any number of things that might be asked during that behavioral interview question, and you can get answers. And please remember this. Let me say this. It's okay to have notes with you when you're in an interview. It really is. A lot of people are thinking, well, William, I can't memorize all of that. And now you want me to have 6 to 8 stories. Yes, you should have 6 to 8 stories. And I think we're going to do a session here with potential questions that you might be asked based on the job that you're going for. But I mean, it's really easy for many of you. You've been on interviews, you've been in the job, you know what questions might be asked, and if not, you can use AI to help you with that. But now that you've got your 6 to 8 stories, hey, you have those 3x5 cards, and you have them ready. And when the question is asked, yes, you can read, you can literally read it. It shows that you were prepared. And I was talking to someone recently who actually used AI to help them prepare for an interview, determining what are possible questions that might be asked during this interview based on my resume, based on the job description. And and the statement was made that AI was spot on with the questions that it provided. So again, we're living in a time where you've got to take advantage of this technology. It really, really, really can be of help to you. All right, I saw something pop up here. John says, great prompt. Thank you, William. I'm planning to try this to make my stories more impact driven and memorable. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. So thank you, John. Appreciate it. And look, uh, uh, gosh, you guys know there's so much going on. I want you to stay focused. Okay. Don't be drawn into, yes, we're concerned, uh, but don't be overwhelmed. That's a better word. Don't be overwhelmed by what's going on on the world stage. Okay, it's going to be what it's going to be, and we've still got to live our lives. And for those of you who are in a career transition or about to be in one, you've got work to do. So let's get it done and make it happen, and know that there is a higher power that is on our side. Okay. So with that, I'm going to ask you, please be safe in all that you do between now and tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern. We'll be right back here doing it again in a different way. And remember these 3 things. God loves you. I love you. There's nothing you can do about it. Bye-bye, everybody.
Wow, that was fantastic. I haven't been this excited to learn about something since I left basketball. Anyway, Mr. Craig did another great job of sharing an AI prompt that anyone can use in their job search. Be sure to join him every day, Monday through Friday at noon Eastern, on his LinkedIn profile or his YouTube channel called Get Up and Get a Job. You can watch the replays there as well. And while you're at it, share this information with someone you know who wants or needs a new job. I've got to run. My team needs me. But keep up the great work, Mr. Craig. You're providing a great service for the community. I'm going to tell all of my players about daily AI prompts for job seekers with William Craig III.